Welcome back to Desert Smoke Reviews. This is Justin and
I'm Wyatt.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to.
That's right.
Anyway, we're back and we're coming at you with a Camacho 10th anniversary. It's in a torpedo size. It's a nice Corojo wrapper, coming in a like a milky chocolate with a bit of like a red hue on it. But let me get it outside of the cellophane, get a better look.
Yeah, very milk chocolate. You know, a couple of the other Camachos that we've had, and we actually did a review on the old Maduro, the Corojo Maduro. Corojo Maduro. Looks very much the same. Of course, this one is a torpedo, but other than that, looks beautiful. I mean, the band is beautiful. This is typical of Camacho. They always, even in their new blends, you know, they always definitely go all out on the bands and just making their cigar look like a top of the line cigar. But let's see. Just off the smell, I get a lot of, just like the other Camacho we reviewed, lots of chocolate, lots of kind of a sweet. It's not necessarily sweet chocolate, but definitely a sweetness is there.
Yeah, I pick up the chocolate, and I would say more of like a baker's chocolate. I think the sweetness is coming in on its own merit, and maybe like a, I don't want to say sugary sweet, but like just a medium to mild sweet tobacco smell. You know, it's the tobacco that's coming off that. But real nice. Off the foot, however, I get some very crisp and fresh, like a hay almost.
I don't really get that.
Yeah. But it's, you know.
Yeah, to each
their own.
Yeah. I don't really get a crispness, but just a lot of sweet chocolate.
Definitely sweet.
Yeah.
You just get like a sweet hay, like Christmas. Pack is nice and firm. My torpedo end's got a little crack in it, but
yeah, mine does too.
I believe these. I got these online, and Corojo don't make these anymore. So I imagine these have been around a while. So it might have been storage. But let's get it cut up and lit up and see where it goes. Yes, a little bit too much glue on the footband. Took a little bit of my wrapper. Not too much though.
Yeah, before you even light up, lots of sweet chocolate aroma.
Yeah, very sweet, aromatic.
Very aromatic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bit of a loose draw for me.
Yeah, a bit of a loose draw.
Not bad though.
Surprisingly loose, but yeah, not bad. I prefer sort of a looser draw on a cigar. I mean, to me, even just the draw can affect on how powerful a cigar it is. But this is, just from the first little puff there, you can tell this can be a full-bodied stick. Let's see. Yeah, lots of sweetness.
Yeah, very, very sweet.
Yeah.
Just raw sweet to it.
There's an interesting kind of side taste to it that, actually, I think that's sort of the crispness that we were talking about.
I'm not getting much chocolate in the flavors.
No,
I'm just
not
like
much
a raw sweetness and like a crisp, fresh, like freshly cut hay, like alfalfa.
Yeah.
Is what I'm kind of getting off of it. That really falls into the finish, and I can still taste it well into the next draw.
Yeah.
But,
very unique flavors. Actually, this doesn't taste much of anything at all like that other Camacho.
no, it's
At least to me, yeah.
no.
Yeah.
This is definitely its own beast. That's for sure.
Very smooth. Very, very smooth. Almost sort of silky smooth in its
Yeah, there's a texture to that smoke.
Yeah, yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, definitely full body. Those flavors are right there. I'm not picking a lot of strength, but I imagine that will change. You know, Camacho tends to have full body, full strength cigars. I'm sure that'll change as I get into the cigar. But let's get into the first third. See how it goes. Back.
Right.
We're about an inch down, about 15 minutes in. For me, the draw is still loose. The full body, that strength is really kicked up for me. It's medium to full body and strength. But taste is just, for me, is that sweet tobacco right on the tongue. And that kind of dies off into like a hay, you know, that crisp hay flavor I mentioned into the finish. And then that finish lasts for a while, well into the next draw. The impressive thing about this cigar isn't necessarily the flavors, but the smoothness, Wyatt and I was discussing. The smoke really doesn't have like a lot of texture, but it has this, it's just so smooth. There's no bit of harshness to the smoke. It's just one of the smoothest cigars I've ever had.
Yeah, that's, I've been sort of rinsing out my palate trying to figure out what the flavors are, and it's not that the cigar isn't dimensional, it definitely is, but the cigar is just so smooth that a lot of those flavors, I just can't pick them out. It's not that they're lost, but it's just such an incredibly silky smooth cigar. The texture I've noticed is it just coats your tongue. I mean, the finish on this cigar is incredible. But I've been very surprised so far, because the other Camacho that we reviewed, most of the other Camachos that I've had that either weren't a Maduro or something else, even the Diploma, you know, they're all smooth, but not this incredible silky smooth that this cigar creates. So excellent so far. The construction, you know, I think that I cut through a little crack in my wrapper well, but we'll see how that plays out. But other than that, I haven't had to make any touch-ups, and the taste is really, really great so far. So I'm looking forward to getting further in.
Well, we'll get back to you as we approach the halfway point and the second third. Welcome back. We're right around the halfway point of this Camacho 10th anniversary. Burn's been a little wonky for me, but nothing to complain about. Never needed to touch it up. It corrected itself. Draw's still loose, but body's always full. I mean, this is packs a punch. Strength as well. Full body, full strength. Flavors. In the retrohale and on the front of my palate, I'm getting that sweet tobacco and that grassy hay note. When it lingers into that finish, me and Wyatt were discussing, it kind of turns into like an iced coffee flavor. And it just sits on the tongue well into the next draw. That smoke still coats your palate. It's super smooth. It's just a very enjoyable cigar so far.
Yeah, I totally agree. This is definitely a full-bodied cigar. But as I was saying earlier, there's just so many differences, even if they're minute, from the other Camachos that I've had and reviewed. I definitely taste a lot of that iced coffee, especially on the finish. There's a lot of sort of hay through the retrohale, but mostly in the retrohale I just get a real sweet tobacco flavor that's typical of the Camacho line. Construction-wise, like I said, the cap is a little frayed, but it's fine. I haven't had to make any touch-ups to the cigar itself. Tastes great. So far, a good cigar.
Well, we'll get back to you as we approach the final third and the end point. Welcome back. We're into the final third, and flavors really haven't changed for me. Still get that sweet tobacco and that hay flavor, which goes into that nice lingering finish with that iced coffee. Wonderful flavors. Still gives me that silky smooth texture from the smoke as it coats my mouth. Great cigar. Burn hasn't been great for me, but I think I've touched it up once. Full body, full strength. I recommend you eat before this cigar. But all in all, a wonderful stick. Draw's been loose pretty much the whole way through, but still manageable. I can't really say anything bad about it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, this cigar has been. The construction issues have sort of been a problem, but I've noticed that with most Camachos, once you get towards the last third, even though the flavor is still consistent, still really good, there's a few construction issues, but I'm willing to look past that if it's a great cigar. But yeah, this one is very, very good. That iced coffee that we were talking about, I almost get sort of a chocolate, mocha sort of flavor in with there. Definitely a real creamy iced coffee. Lots of taste going on here. Overall, if I was rating this 1 to 10, I would say probably a solid 9. 8.9 or 9. Is it better than that other Camacho? I don't know. It's significantly different in a lot of areas. And so I could see people saying this one is far better than the Corojo Maduro.
Corojo Maduro, yeah.
Yeah, that we sampled earlier, but excellent stick nonetheless. If you can come across this Camacho 10th anniversary, I totally recommend you pick one up. Excellent taste, excellent flavor. Construction's been sort of a problem, but I'm willing to look past that if the flavors are great, and the flavors are definitely great here.
Yeah, I can agree. For me, it would be a solid 9, maybe even a little higher. The Camacho we reviewed earlier is the Camacho Corojo Limited Maduro, and it is significantly different. They share the same characteristics of the Camacho full-bodied, full-strength, but they just taste really different to me. I enjoyed that one more than this one, but not to say that one's a better cigar. Just my tastes. I enjoyed this cigar as well. I think it is a solid 9, if not a little higher. And if you can find these, and I know that there's a couple of the internet sites still have them. I think you can still pick them up on the Cigar Bid, I think, and bid sites and Make Me an Offer sites. Just an amazing stick. I guess we'll be ending it here. So until next time, smoke them if you got them.